From the X Sports Network, this is the UNA Report, presented by First Class Charter.
Welcome to a very special episode of X Sports Today as we went over to the UNA Fall Media Day over the Lost Pizza Company in downtown Florence. Got to speak with all 4 fall programs coming up here this season, starting first with head coach Brent Dearman and the football team.
Coach, so you're not naming starters. What's a timetable to try and do that? And what have you liked overall about just the overall competitive nature and how the teams responded to going about it that way?
You know, one thing I do like is we play an out-of-conference game against Western Kentucky game 1. Well, that game we want to win, but as far as conference standing, as far as playoff contention, that game doesn't mean anything. So we may even use that Western Kentucky game to just get guys reps, to see how they'll handle that situation. I think Western Kentucky's making it a whiteout game, so it's going to be a packed house there in Kentucky. So it's an extra practice. So we may name a starter before then. We may name starters after that game, but we're going to use that moment. We're going to use this time all the way up there to put our guys through the most pressure situations we can to see how they respond.
Yeah, I was not at the first practice, so I missed out on that. But since then, you guys have gone live, obviously. How have the guys responded to that?
I think we went live 2 times now, and there's been some highs, there's been some lows. The thing you worry about early, especially defense, is tackling. We've done so many, and the rules are great. I think the rules are great for safety of players. The biggest negative is that you don't really get good at tackling until about game 5 because you can't tackle as much anymore. So we try to create those situations every time we go live. We've got to create one-on-ones. We've got to create ways to have safeties come downhill to make tackles. The other one is quarterback's never live, so he knows he's protected. So his first game to truly be live is game 1. So that's the negative to QB not being live, is you really don't know how they're going to respond when they can get their head taken off. So, but it's been a good camp. We've done a lot of hard things. We put our guys through a lot of hard situations.
I'm kind of kidding, but I'm kind of not. But did summer feel longer this year? I'm sure you were asked about that the first practice, but I wasn't there. You truly didn't start early, and that's been the case the last couple of years. Has it felt longer and felt different this camp? Are you going about it?
I don't know if that's a true statement. I know where you're coming from because we don't play week 0. Yeah. But with the portal, that drags out all the way to early summer, camps that go all the way. We did a camp in Mobile, we did a camp in Birmingham, we did a camp in Montgomery. We had a 7-on-7 camp where we had 36 teams in mid-July. I'm trying to spend the last few moments with my wife and kids before going into what I call the bunker. So I don't know if I truly ever felt that it was. Now, as far as rushing to get to game 1, I think last year, first week of school was game 1. So that was a headache. We're going to probably feel it more next week when we don't have a game on the first week of school.
The stadium construction is getting real now. Steel's being erected more and more every day. What has it been like for you to see that process?
I mean, it's happening. It's not just a pond anymore. Those first few months, I thought we were going to have a bass pond or a crappie pond out there. But man, it's real. It's amazing for us in recruiting. It's amazing for our kids to see something they can have pride in. And right now we've got 18 commitments in this upcoming class. I think last year about this time we had 8 or 9. So it's really helping us in so many different ways. You know, it's tough to leave Brawley with all the historic victories and moments they've had there, but get to call something your own now. So it's fun to watch it go up every day.
I do want to ask about the last season at Brawley, and then I'll let the boss over there take control. Last season at Brawley, I mean, it's a stadium that's been around forever. Like you said, won national championships there in the 90s. How badly do you want to leave a historic stadium like that on a good note?
You got to understand, you got 5 more guaranteed games at Brawley. And my 2 years here, we've had 2 historic wins in my 2 years here. Well, we beat Chattanooga, who was a playoff team. We beat Abilene Christian last year at home, number 8 ranked team in the country, playoff team. What I'm telling our guys is every time we play at home, we got to play like that. We can't do it once. We got to make sure our fans see that we've got that ability every single week. And we got to reward this place. We got to reward this Shoals community with our very best this last year at Brawley Stadium.
You guys have been battle tested, like you mentioned. It's like you're playing a ranked opponent every week. How's that prepare this team now coming into this year?
I think Mike said it earlier that in my 22 games being here, I think we've played 17 ranked opponents. I guarantee you that there's not another team in the country at any level, from middle school to the professional levels, that can say that. But it's not an excuse. If we want to be there, if we want to continue winning the championships that this place wants to have, we've got to be able to beat good teams. And it's on the field, it's off the field. We've got a great stadium going up, but the adversity of going to an off-campus practice facility every day, the adversity of losing our parking lot, the adversity of our building getting shut down. There's so many different ways that this team has been tested over and over and over, and the mentality I want them to have is just, okay, good, let's attack this situation. There's no reason to complain about it. It doesn't mean if it's the number one team in the country or whatever situation may arise, we've got to attack it and hit it in the mouth.
It's getting more and more real. We're what now? Are we 3 weeks away? Let's say 3 weeks away after Boston.
Might be 2.
Yeah, it might be 2 now.
Might be 2 now at this point, yeah. How much more real does it feel in practice? And I also do want to ask you what I asked Coach about. How have you guys felt like you've responded to the starters not being named, and how do you feel you guys have really attacked that with a different mindset?
I believe we're just more hungry. Starters not being named for one, just getting closer. I mean, guys are eager to play another team. Hitting each other since January, playing each other since January, so we're just ready to go against somebody else.
With the starters not being named, you have to be on your A game. Like, you have no choice but to bring everything every day. So I feel like that pushes us to another level as a team.
Open up against Western Kentucky, FBS team on the road. They were in Conference USA Championship last year. How excited are you guys for that challenge?
Very, very excited. I'm not gonna lie. They have a transfer quarterback from Abilene Christian, OC from Abilene Christian, which we beat last year. They're a good team. We're a good team as well. So we're ready to go.
Yeah, it's just another opportunity. You get to play on a big stage. A lot of guys win exposure. You go get it right there.
Did you?
Last season was Raleigh. I know you guys aren't from around here and don't play much. You understand the history. How important is it for you guys to kind of send the stadium out?
For sure, yeah. I mean, to send that stadium out with a bang is very important. I mean, there's a lot of history, a lot of championships won there, national, conference, and there's a lot of people that bled into that stadium, so we want to make sure we send it out the right way.
Yeah, most definitely. The community's going to be behind us with the stadium being the last year. It's a standard we're held to leave with a bang, so pretty excited.
You guys were so close in so many games. Christian, some of the other opponents up at halftime to let us. How much of an emphasis is in this offseason to finish those games and put your name on top of those teams?
Well, it started from January, like little things that we're starting to finish, like whether it was mat drills or a lift or a practice, make sure we're finishing everything, because that's what leads to the game. And then Coach Dimmer brought up a phrase 212, but water's just high at 211, but 212 it starts boiling. And how can we start, pushing over the edge and finishing those games?
The emphasis in practice has been finishing every drill and every either it's indie, punt, it doesn't matter. The emphasis has been finished since then, so we're looking to finish every game how we started. So.
Coming up next, we check in with some of the other sports that include volleyball and women's soccer.
Storing Lee Furniture is not just some huge chain store, but we do have a 144,000 square foot showroom right here in Leoma, Tennessee.
The Story family has worked together in the business now for 55 years.
And a familiar face is here to help you with whatever you need. That's what being a part of the community right here in the Tennessee Valley means. And if you have an issue, we're right here to take care of it. And don't forget free delivery. We invite you to come see us. We're Storing Lee Furniture.
Are you tired of missing out on family life just to be treated like another truck number? Since 1986, Southeast Carriers has been a family-operated business based in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Being family-owned ourselves, we understand the importance of family, which is why we value it above all else. With our large number of dedicated lanes and our friendly staff, we are able to evenly divide your home time with the amount of time you spend on the road. We offer multiple benefits with large company pay now starting at $20 per hour, all while keeping a small company environment. For more information, visit our website, southeastcarriers.com, or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
The storm doesn't ask. It takes. It tests. It pushes everything to its limit. Some things are built different. Some things are built to last. Tested by the elements, proven by time, engineered for whatever comes next. Summertown Metals. Strength in every storm. Building dreams that last.
From the X Sports Network, this is the UNA Report, presented by First Class Charter.
Welcome back to X Sports Today, picking things up where we left off over UNA Media Day in downtown Florence. The women's volleyball team who had a great year in 2024, trying to repeat it and then some coming up in 2025.
How excited are you the season started here once again?
Yeah, really excited. I mean, this is always a great time of year, right? I mean, it's the fall, or the fall's coming, right? Weather's starting to turn. Not only is volleyball around the corner, football's around the corner, soccer's around the corner, the kids are coming back to school, right? So everyone's kind of getting out of that summer vibe and getting into the excited where there's a lot going on, right? I mean, I think for me, this is maybe one of the most exciting times of the year for any person that enjoys college, right? Because, you know, there's just a lot going on a college campus, whether it's new students coming to town, sports getting started. So in particular for volleyball, just really excited about the season. I mean, I really like the girls that we have. I think that, you know, this is the first team that all of the players on the team are kids that I've recruited. So that's equally as stressful as it is exciting because the pressure is a lot more. But at the same time, just I really enjoy being around this group. They're all really, really good kids, and I think they represent UNA the right way.
Like you mentioned, you've been here for a while. It's your first full group. There's been challenges every year, but the way you're making it sound, it's like it's less challenging this year than what it has been.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the schedule, right, like that, you know, if you look at our schedule over the 3 previous seasons and then you look at this season, right, every year it's gotten a little bit tougher, right? I think that's, and a lot of that is obviously preparation for the ASUN, right? Like we're looking to play a pretty tough non-conference schedule. I mean, we've got 3 Power 4 teams, Liberty, you know, multiple teams that have made the NCAA tournament. So, you know, just really looking to push ourselves in that non-conference slate so that we can prepare ourselves for a tough ASUN conference. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really excited. I think that, you know, in the years that I've been here, I think this team, from a talent perspective and from just a cultural-driven perspective, I think they really have a lot of great things going on. So, you know, as long as we can stay healthy and, you know, keep moving in the right direction, I'm really excited about the season.
Like you mentioned, last year was a big step in the right direction. Against Alabama, you have a winning record in the conference, and a lot of steps that you guys took.
Yeah, I mean, the win against Bama was obviously massive, right? I mean, anytime you can beat Alabama and you're in Alabama, it's a big deal, right? So, and to do it at Alabama, right? I mean, that's another piece, and to sweep and do all those things, and then to have them coming back here this fall is also exciting. And so, yeah, I mean, I think last year was a great step. I mean, you do that with 8 true freshmen on the roster, I think is also a really fun piece because I think it just shows you what that group is capable of. And, you know, again, we had 16 players last year, 8 of which were true freshmen, and we were able to do some really exciting things, to your point about a winning conference record, winning against Alabama. And so, you know, hopefully the experience that those young players had, we can carry that forward because now they know what to expect. Now they know what it takes to win at a high level, at the collegiate level. So, you know, just really looking forward to how they've grown over that, you know, over the last year. And, yeah, just should be an awesome opportunity for us to continue to take that next step.
You mentioned those 8 true freshmen. Had a big year. You had some other ones throughout the course of the year. Didn't start originally, but they really kind of filled in a lot of roles as the year went.
Yeah. I mean, you got to start with Reese, right? I mean, conference freshman of the year. She really was the backbone of our team last season. And so just really, you know, she worked really hard in the spring to get better and over the summer to put her, you know, when you come in as a freshman, volleyball's different, right? Volleyball and soccer are a lot different than any other sport where we can't work with our kids over the summer, right? So we start the season, our first game's August the 23rd, our first practice was August the 6th. And so we've got about a 2.5 week stretch of being with our players, whereas your basketballs, your baseballs, your softballs, your beach volleyballs, and even football gets a little bit of a head start as well, where they get to work with their players and get them in better shape, get them ready. So for us and for soccer, a lot of that, you know, recruiting players that are determined to do work on their own is super valuable because the shape they're in when they get here has a direct correlation to how hard we can get our season going and making sure that they stay healthy. So, she's done a tremendous job of preparing herself for that, and so I think she really has set herself up to hopefully have another great year. And then, Kinsley McGowan's another freshman that was in that group that stepped in the latter part of the year last year and really stepped in a big role. I mean, when we beat Alabama, I think of our 7 players that played, I think 4 were freshmen. And so, just having that experience and bringing that back, I think is going to be a huge piece to hopefully what has prepared them to, that's the thing I tell all the freshmen is the hard part is you don't know what you don't know, right? You can prep, but you don't know. You don't know what it takes. You don't know how stressful the balance of school and playing a collegiate sport, the pressure, right? And so to come in and go through a season of that and now understand what that looks like, hopefully that's going to help benefit them throughout this next season.
So much has been made about the momentum that this university is right now feeling, all of your colleagues in the athletic department. Obviously, you're not going to be playing at the new stadium, but physically seeing it going up, what does it say about the buy-in of this university, its fan base, its board trustees, stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, when I looked at this job, right, any head coaching job that I looked at, right, that I'd interviewed for, there were 3 main factors that I looked for. Number 1, could my family be happy, right? Could my wife be happy? Because that's what's the most important, right? And my kids be happy and successful. Could I recruit players here, right? And that's in every way, the town, the community, the facilities, the campus, right? And then the third factor, which is one of the most important factors, is it supported by the university, right? From the president to the athletic director to the board of trustees, is there buy-in from the university for athletics and for volleyball, obviously? And I think that to your question, it speaks to itself with what's going on. I mean, you're exactly right. We may play a volleyball game in the stadium. We'll have to talk to Dr. Looney about that one, see if we can pull off a Nebraska. But I think we had camps this summer, right? We had over 500 kids come to camps and come to this campus over the summer. And when they show up to this campus, that's what they see, right? And so we may not directly be affected by that stadium or by the baseball stadium, but it directly affects our program and the recruits that want to go to school here, the kids that want to go to school here. And I think that buy-in and that investment, even though it isn't directly tied to this volleyball program, it's directly tied to the students that come to this university. And so I think they see that, the parents see that, the families see that, and you don't even have to just look at the football stadium and the baseball stadium. You look at the dorm that's going up across the street, the math building that was just finished across campus. I mean, you look at all of the campus and what Dr. Kitts has done and the investments that have been made, I think it just really elevates UNA to a whole nother level. And again, just builds on that momentum that everyone's talking about. So, again, I don't think it has to directly impact my players for us to be impacted by it. And so it's really exciting. And again, I think it plays into those 3 factors I talked about where, they want us all to be great. And you can see that with what's going on.
Shame on me for not thinking about you guys playing Nebraska. That'd be absolutely legendary. I guess the last question would be, obviously beating Alabama, like you said, is a huge deal. Just wondering, did you actually, out of the recruiting trail, was there a beating Alabama effect a little bit in giving your pitch to recruits and those transfer portal or high school?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think any big win is obviously impactful in recruiting, right? Especially when it's an in-state rival. One of our freshmen this year, Paris McWhorter, was the Max Preps Player of the Year. She was 7A state champ at McGill-Toole in the last 3 years. The last 2 years, she was the MVP of the state championship. So getting the best players in the state of Alabama helps whenever you're beating Alabama, right? And so, and again, whether it's the transfer portal, things like that, and we're still in the process of building something special, right? I mean, over the last 4 years, we've improved every year, right? We've improved every year with whether it's winning the SEC opponent, winning records in conference and overall. And so I think showing that just is the proof, right? That's when you're starting building, when I got here 4 seasons ago, you're selling a dream, right? You're selling something to kids, that you're selling a vision, right? And so you really have to be good at communicating that vision. Now we're showing the vision, right? Now we're communicating it with what we're doing and what we're saying. So it's a lot easier to sell, that's for sure. But it's just, you're always trying to take that next step. That's athletics, right? And you're always trying to get to that next thing. But yeah, I mean, it's been a huge help. But I think the other help is, all the things that are going on, the things our team's doing in the classroom. We were top 10 in the nation in community service hours for a volleyball program in Division I. I think all the things we're doing have helped elevate that, and the Alabama win is obviously a huge piece of that as well.
Hey guys, how excited are you to get the season started off here once again?
Very, very excited. We have a lot of new moving pieces, and I'm just excited to see what the season holds for us.
Yeah, like Coach was just talking about, so we come in the summer and we're training without Coach
coaches, so it's just player-led, kind of whatever we want to do, knowing what he wants us to do, and we kind of go with that and lead with that. So just being together the last month or so, month and a half, just the girls and getting close and hanging out every day. We leave practice and we're together for the rest of the day is just exciting to be together on and off the court.
You've been here for a few years. What's it like watching the program grow from where it was when you got here to where it is right now?
Yeah, so my first year we were pretty old. We had a couple fifth-year girls and a lot of seniors, and now it's like more underclassmen, and we've kind of grown up together. It feels that I like to say that I feel like I've been here for 5 minutes and also 8 years. Like I've lived a lifetime here, but also just got here. So just being able to see the whole department growing and evolving, but our team too is just different than it was when I got here. But the mindset, the physicality, the everything is different and evolving.
Reese, first year, how did it go for you, and how's that now set you up for yourself?
I came in thinking I'd be lucky to just hit the floor at least once or twice a game. So after seeing, repeatedly starting sixth row, I took it as a challenge, and then I also embraced it. I was super happy. I got to play, and celebrate with the girls around me through like the good wins, the hard wins, the hard summer conditionings, the workouts, and I think that, and then just continuing with my first college spring, which is what they say, it's going to be your hardest, and it was, and then coming into summer workouts, and then I think that all just prepared me for my sophomore year to just try to do it all again and then more. So
last year you had some big wins. You finished winning record in the conference. You go to Alabama and sweep them. How do you now get that momentum coming into this year?
So some of these girls, they've never done this before, but being able to pick up where we left off and say that every year we've said, oh, we have the talent, and then it doesn't end the way we want it to. So being able to say that can't happen again, and we can't just let the season end on a note that we don't want it to. And we have that bad taste in our mouth from the way that it ended, and knowing like we need to do something different. We can't do the same thing over and expect, oh, we're just going to win the conference just because we did it. Like we have to do something different this year. So pushing each other towards that. Like she said, we don't want history to repeat itself. We start every season, or the two I've been in, that we're just going to give it our all, try our best. We have these high expectations of winning conference, and then by the time November, late October hits, we just run out of gas, and it's almost like not important anymore. So I think this year we have our girls are way more invested. We have these new transfers and freshmen that are just dead set on playing and winning it all. And I think that's what could really help us this year, is how we all are on the same page and how we all won a conference tournament.
Women's athletics and college volleyball is moving to new heights right now. I mean, we have nationally televised college games. We just referenced the fact that Nebraska obviously held the largest crowd ever a year ago, 2 years ago. What is it like right now to be a college volleyball player, and how much do you want to just take this momentum and keep evolving the sport?
Yeah, volleyball, as we've played growing up, I've played for 12, 13 years now, and from then it's just grown tremendously, like you said. And so seeing those Nebraskas and those Louisvilles and those Texas teams, like it's at a different level here, but we still feel the support and growing, and oh, volleyball, I want to come to a game, oh, that's so cool, like y'all must be good. Like just knowing more about volleyball is cool to see random people who you wouldn't think. And it's knowing the impact on the community with the younger girls. Like after you finish a game and you're saying, like you're going to your family or your friends, and then these little girls coming up to you being like, you're so amazing, like you're my favorite player. Like just nice going into the community and knowing that there's a future of volleyball players, like these little girls being inspired. I think this can help grow the sport even more in the next decade or so.
Now over to the women's soccer side, who had a disappointing 2024, and with them being voted near the bottom of the A-Sun, this team looking for some big redemption this year. It's game week.
Yes, it is. It's crazy.
How excited are you to get it really going?
No, it's great. Obviously, we came back July 28th, and we don't have the luxury of coming back in the summer. Those rules don't change until next year. So the girls did a great job being fit, but we're ready to play. We've played one preseason scrimmage. We get to play ETSU this coming Thursday, Jacksonville State in Huntsville on Sunday. So the girls are ready. I think they're sick of listening to me. They're ready to go out there and get after somebody else that they don't know. So it's an exciting week.
We talked with the girls, about the preseason rankings and standings.
Yeah.
bulletin board.
Yes, 100%. I think it's been a roller coaster. We got hit with the injury bug last year, and I was saying, we sat here last year and I knew Alice wasn't going to play. We just hadn't quite told everybody else that Alice wasn't going to play. So we got a few injuries, but they're ready to go. So pre-season polls are their polls. They're people's opinions. So, but yeah, it's a nice way to motivate them, an extra way to give them a kick up the butt to get them going. So we're excited about it. I think we've got the talent to do really well, to go out there, compete for an ASUN championship, and we'll use that non-conference, slate to get ready for that and be guns a-blazing going in.
A lot of newcomers, double-digit newcomers.
Yes.
A lot of new girls, freshmen, transfers, the whole bunch.
Yeah. No, we managed to get to the ASUN final 2 years ago, and I think we've used that with this recruiting class. We got 11 freshmen and 6 transfers, so the 11 freshmen have been fantastic. But that's also adding now 17 new bodies into a group of returners that are feisty and want to play as well. So it's been great. I can't speak highly enough of them. The last 2 weeks, they're competitive. They all want every minute of playing time they can possibly get, but they've done it in a healthy way, in a competitive way. They want what's best for each other, but they know there's roles for people to play, and they want to go out and compete and win everything they do.
ETSU Thursday, Jacksonville State on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's two good opponents to kick off the season.
Yeah, no, we're excited. Obviously, ETSU's got a few at-home rivalries for us. One of their coaches used to be my wife's college coach, and then his daughter is one of the goalkeepers over there, so we know each other really well. I worked with him before I came here. We were fortunate enough to win a couple of national championships together before we parted ways and went and did our own things. And then Jacksonville State is, as everyone knows, it's a huge rival game for both schools, so it'll be exciting to go over to Huntsville, get into that community, and get into Joe Davis Stadium and put on a good performance.
Yeah, to double up, Huntsville got to ask the Huntsville question. What was the experience like for you guys last year, being at the Joe? What do you carry from that, from a year ago? Yeah. And just how good is it just to be back in Huntsville? Because I'm sure it's there's great talent there. You want to
absolutely. It's somewhere we go recruiting. We watch a lot of games over there, so any chance we can. Once it was talked about, Joe Lamp and the city of Huntsville did a great job talking about it and getting that 2-year agreement. So we're super excited to get over there and play. Last year was a great experience, great facility, and obviously we want a little bit better result this year going back in there, but we're so excited to get over there and play. The stadium's fantastic, and I think it'll be a great day.
You guys in football, obviously, a lot of adversity the last couple of years. We talked about being physically removed from where you're supposed to be. How exciting is it for you to see the literal erection of the stadium?
Yes.
And two, just how proud of your girls for the adversity they faced, and how much you think they're going to be better for it down the road, and for the few that are going to be still there next year, how much that can be a payoff for them?
Oh, I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, every day you walk out there, and especially now it's started going upwards and you can see everything. But I've been here long enough to say when it was talked about, and now it's actually happening, it is fantastic, and we're using every bit of it for the recruiting side of stuff. The girls love seeing it with all the stuff that's coming in, the new weight room, the new stadium and everything. So it's going to be, it helps kick on from where we're at now. We're a fully fledged Division 1 school. There's no transition anymore. We're just transitioning from facility to facility, and the girls have been great with that. Brent with football has been fantastic because obviously we work closely together during that time, and it's been a great family environment. Everyone looks after each other. We want each other to do well, so it's been as easy as it could be.
All right, guys, just how excited are you to get the season started off here on Thursday?
We're super excited. It's been a long 2 weeks of two-a-days and just practicing a lot, getting to know each other. We've got a super new team with 17 newcomers, but we're excited to be kicking another team on Thursday and not each other.
I think we've got a lot of competitiveness this year, and I'm really excited to continue to see how we work together rather than, playing against each other in our practices and stuff. So just really excited to keep building as a team.
And coming from last season, we're ready to get better results, bounce back, and just fight even stronger, just to make new heights.
You mentioned last year. How motivating is that now coming into this? You want to get back on board?
Yeah, it was a tough season season last year, injury after injury. 2 of our captains ended up having pretty serious injuries, so that was pretty tough, but it's all the more motivating. 2 years ago when we got ranked last in the ASUN, we finished 4th and got all the way to the final, so we're kind of feeling that way this year with our ranking, that we're ready to prove the ASUN wrong once again.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a bit of a revenge season. So I think also with all the injuries that we had last year, it's kind of encouraged us to really take care of our bodies, do the treatment, recover the proper ways that we need to be. So just continuing to do that as we move forward.
And just work to pick each other back up after you fall or after someone gets hurt. You're just working as a family to just keep on going.
You guys see the new stadium. No, it's a year away. How exciting is it? Honestly, they're like, wow, this is pretty cool to watch this.
Yeah, I've been here for, this is my 6th season now, and it's been in the works, in the talks, and although I won't play in it, it's super amazing to see the freshmen and the sophomores that they will get that opportunity. I think it's massive for the community. I think it's going to expand collegiate sports just in Florence by thousands. So yeah, I'm really excited for the girls.
I also think it's really cool to see all the work that's been put into it, and I think it really puts it into perspective for all of us. Again, I won't get to play in it, but it's definitely encouraging for all of the underclassmen to keep working hard so they can continue to get to have nice things that are being put into place in our community.
Hopefully I do get to play in it, but I know we're all super excited, especially having our home field right outside of Flowers last year or 2 years ago, and then now we're driving to the Sportsplex or Cox Creek. Then now we're gonna have this stadium. Oh my gosh, it's insane! What a step up! We're excited. It'll bring so much more talent and just people to Florence, and we're excited to use it.
You mentioned is that bulletin board materials? You got that up on the wall. This is what
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like the revenge season, and even watching the preseason watch list, and not my name's being there, but those first team, second team, and third team will be full of UNA players by the end of the season.
For sure, yeah. I think it's definitely encouraging. We tend to get slept on, and I think this year we're going to really show, what we have to offer and the talent that we've brought in. So I'm really excited.
Just excited to prove ourselves and come back way stronger and just prove all of them wrong.
Coming up next, we will check in with the men's and women's cross-country teams as they get ready for the Fall 2025 campaign.
There are now more ways to save at QuickMart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at QuickMart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
LUS is committed to our customers, from providing and maintaining energy-efficient utility services to friendly, helpful customer service. LUS is there. At LUS, we're always challenging everything we know, every day. We strive to improve efficiency and reliability while focusing on our responsibility to our customers and the community. It's our promise to provide dependable service to our customers every time. Because we don't just work in Lawrence County, we live here too.
From the X Sports Network, this is the UNA Report, presented by First Class Charter.
Welcome back to a very special X Sports Today, back at UNA Media Day over in downtown Florence, Alabama. Now checking in with our final fall sport with the men's and women's cross-country teams.
I do remember last year, and you kind of blew in, blew out, and it was you were barely here. To have a year under your belt, what's it like now?
It's nice. I feel comfortable. I'll tell you that. I feel very comfortable. Last year, like you said, I drove down and I drove back, and it was like, I don't know if buses are booked. I don't know if we got hotels. I know what the schedule is. How are we getting there? I don't know. This year, it's like, yeah, team moves in today and this week, and we'll race on the 5th, and everything's set. So a lot more comfortable. I feel at home. I don't feel rushed. I feel much better and much calmer, I would say now. So
we've got a race in Florence and a race in Huntsville coming up. How great it's going to be to just be right here and get to compete against really good competition.
Yeah, it's one of those, to be on your home course is special. It's not only your home course, but your home fans. And if you guys saw last year at all, the pictures, whatever it might be, I mean, that place was packed. And I think that says a lot about the athletic department and what Dr. Looney's created here. And a lot of support throughout, and that makes it special because you don't get that everywhere. You get a home meet at a lot of places. He wants to be me. But it's one that you get a chance to have a lot of people come in and support your athletes. So that's nice. And then to go to Huntsville, an hour and a half away, it's one that a great course, one that we're going to be on at a championship environment. So we get a chance to see it a little bit more this year, and hopefully we'll be a little bit better prepared.
How much do you look to Huntsville to try and to recruit? Is that just a great opportunity for you, or do you have to sort of go elsewhere?
It's one of those. Huntsville's got a great high school coach. I'll tell you that. They got a great high school coach, and he reaches out to me probably every other week or so, and we chit chat. And to have a state championship caliber team right there, and to bring in a guy like Gruber and Otto, those are two guys, and Becker on the women's side. When you can get state championship talent, I don't care if it's 1A, I don't care if it's 7A. You can't just be a guy or be a girl and just win a state title. So to have a team caliber like that in Huntsville, it's very special. I got Noah coming in with me this year. He's from Scottsboro High School, so he's already got a connection there. He spent 4 years here, and now on the coaching side. So not necessarily Huntsville, but people tell me Scottsboro is like a little bit of Huntsville in a way. So it's good to have that local talent as well. But we go down to Hoover and all the way down to Spain Park or Spain Creek or whatever they are down there. So it's nice.
It's 45 minutes away, Scottsboro. It's all 256, baby.
Exactly.
Brian's going to his junior year.
Sophomore. So we're lucky.
Was it kind of a coup to keep him here? Like, what was that? Was that a tough process? What was that like?
I'm a big relationship guy. I'll tell you that, and it's one that I'll be straightforward and honest with you. Conversation never came up. It's one that he kind of likes what we have here. Could he have gone somewhere? Yeah, absolutely. Like, no doubt about it. Like, you don't win a conference title in any conference in D1 and just get no looks. I'm sure some people wanted him and things like that, but that was a big question. Is he coming back? Is he coming back? Yeah, he's coming back because we treat him right, and it's from the top down. We're excited to have him. He gets this big trophy. He's got a ring on the way that we just ordered. Like, those little things, they go a long way, and he feels like he's somebody here, and I think when you can feel special and do some special things, it says a lot. So I'm hoping it's the same this year. It's easy to keep him around, but that it is the day and age we're in. But you look at the class we just had, and a lot of seniors graduated, and I was their third different coach. So that says something about UNA as well.
That does it for this very special edition of X Sports Today. We'll be back live at 1:30 tomorrow. I'm AJ Good, and we'll have Hayden Burks, Michael Marks, and Taylor Platt joining me.
This is the X Sports Network.